Welcome to my channel, Mets Season, where you get Mets content and MLB news from around the league. In today's video, I want to give you guys my division winners and wild card winners, along with the final outcome of who I think will be who will win the championship this year. So to start it off, I want to start off in the American League West, where I'm picking the Houston Astros to win that division. It's not an overwhelmingly strong division. There's a couple of good teams. I do think the Seattle Mariners are going to be a surprise team this year. I'm not thinking they're going to be too close to Houston, but I think they're going to be pretty good. Houston has the experience. They have the experienced manager in Dusty Baker. I know they lost Springer. I understand that, and obviously Garrett Cole last off season. But they're still a good team. They still know what to do. They still have talent. They have a good farm system. And they always seem to pick up a piece or so if they need, say any pitching or a bat or anything like that, or a position fielder, down the stretch during the trade deadline. So I'm going with the Astros and AL West. And like I said, I think Seattle will be the second place team there over Oakland. I like what I see from the Mariners. They just hit, I think it was last night, 3 out of 4 hitters took Bauer deep. So I'm sure a lot of you Met fans are happy about that. They have a good team. Seattle has a good, solid team. But again, I'm going with the Astros in the American League West. In the AL Central, I'm going to go with the Chicago White Sox. I think the White Sox are definitely by far the best all-around team in that division. Another thing about the White Sox is they're always very aggressive at the deadline whenever they do have a good team. They've done some pretty big deals, actually. If you look at their history, the White Sox have done some big deals during the trade deadline. So I'm going with the White Sox there. Their lineup is powerful. They have a couple of good starters. Their bullpen is really good. And again, I believe that if they need, say, another pitcher, another starter, come down the stretch, I believe that they'll make that move and do that. In that division, I like the Twins. I don't sleep on the Indians. The Indians are just like the Astros, that experience. They have a great manager, and Terry Francona. You can't sleep on those guys. So I think, for second place, the Indians and Twins will be battling it out. I'll choose Minnesota over them coming in there. So, that's my pick for the AL Central, and that's the Chicago White Sox. For the AL East, I'm going with the Yankees. How can you go against them? They always seem to, be up there, 97 plus wins. I know they didn't win the division last year, Tampa Bay did, but, the Yankees are always there. They have injuries, and somehow they seem to always get through it. So I'm going with the Yankees there. Toronto looks solid. I just don't have a lot of faith in them, being that they're young. And, their pitching, we'll wait and see. They say Steven Matz is throwing great for Toronto. So we'll see. They had a couple of big injuries yesterday. I think Tyler Yates, he's out for the season. And so that's definitely going to hurt them. They just picked him up. They just signed him this offseason. I'm sorry, I said Tyler Yates, Kirby Yates. And so we'll see with them. They're young, so I'm just a little. I want to sit back and wait and look at Toronto. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay, the second place team, and Toronto, threatening them there. We'll go with that for now. My American League wildcard picks, I'm going to actually go with Seattle as one of the wildcard teams, and I'm going to go with the Minnesota Twins as the second wildcard team. If you guys don't know, they're back to the five teams in each league making the playoffs, not like last year. However, that can change by the time opening day starts. That rumor is out there that the playoff teams can expand. But right now, as it stands, it's just 5 teams in each league. So once again, let's review. I'm taking the Angels in the AL West. Chicago White Sox, AL Central, Yankees, AL East, and my two wild card teams. I'm going with the Seattle Mariners and the Minnesota Twins in the American League. On to the National League, and I'm going to start off in the National League West, where I'm picking the Dodgers to win that. I know I'm not going out on a limb with that, but there's reasons. I know a lot of people are big on San Diego. I think San Diego's going to have a really good year. I just don't think it's going to be as good as people think. I'm not a big fan of Darvish. Snell is a really good pitcher, not great. He has issues, kind of like the way Zach Wheeler was with the Mets. Once he gets into like the sixth inning, he has issues. So I mean, and that's supposed to be like their number two guy, I guess, behind Darvish, or maybe their ace. Who knows? Either way, he's important to the rotation. He's up there, either one or two. Um, I just have my thoughts on that. I'm not hating. I love the Padres. The uniforms are beautiful. My best friend lives in San Diego. He's a Padres fan. I love Tatis Jr. By the way, he got injured yesterday, so we're waiting on that. The Padres are loaded. It's just uh, their lineup also, as far as breaking up, they have a lot of right-handed bats. So if they face a Dodgers rotation, tough right-handers, like Bauer or the Mets with DeGrom or the whole Mets staff. Uh, Hopefully by the end of the year they'll be healthy and they'll have a lot of right-handers. You got DeGrom, Syndergaard with his hook, Stroman with his slider and his pitches. I think it can neutralize the San Diego lineup. So we'll see. They're aggressive, so I'm sure any issues they have, the front office will try to address it. But again, I'm going with the Dodgers and the NL West. In the National League Central, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers. Yes, surprise, surprise, not the St. Louis Cardinals. Um, I just feel like the Brewers have more overall talent. They've also been aggressive in recent years at the trade deadline. They have a solid manager. I think better than St. Louis. So I'm going there, and I believe Christian Yelich is going to have an awesome MVP type breakout return. He had a bad season last year, horrible season. So I think he's going to return and put up some great numbers. And like I said, I feel like Milwaukee has more talent. The Cardinals, I don't think they have enough pitching for me. Their defense is weak. I don't like what I see. As the Mets have played a lot of games against St. Louis this spring, and what I've seen, they're not that good, to be honest with you. And I always hold the Cardinals in high regard because they do win the division a lot and they do make the playoffs a lot. Over the past 20 years they've been so consistent, and even before that in the 80s, in the early 90s, they always seem to get in. But I'm going with Milwaukee and St. Louis a close second. So here we go to the National League East. I'm gonna pick the Atlanta Braves to win the division, with the Mets coming in second. Um, the thing about the Braves, what puts them over the top for me, is if they have an injury, if there's issues, they always seem to fix those issues, whatever it is that they have, right away. It's not something that lingers for a month and a half, 2 months for them. If they have a bullpen issue or whatever, they always seem to get a guy that, he may not be great, but at least, like, this is what I said about the Mets pen, the bottom number, the bottom guys. Just be consistent. Nobody's telling you to be perfect. Nobody's asking you to put up zeros all the time. Of course, that would be nice, but, just be realistic. Try to keep your ERA under 4 as a reliever. And, the Braves always seem to do that. And if they bring up a guy, he always seems to play well. So I got to give them the edge on that. The Mets would be a close second. Um, I don't think Atlanta beat the Mets by more than, 4 or 5 games in the division, because the Mets also, I believe, will, whatever needs they're going to need, I believe, Steve Cohen will give the front office the okay to make whatever moves to make, what they need to do. All right, so we'll see. J.D. Davis made an awesome play at third base yesterday, turn 2. That was really nice to see. Um, The offense is going to score runs. Lindor's on fire. Pete is on fire. Um, they'll be all right. McNeil will be all right. He'll figure it out. I'm just worried about the pen, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So for the National League wild cards, I am taking the Mets and the San Diego Padres for what's going to be a disappointing loss for one of those teams in the wild card game. Obviously these are two teams with high hopes, have spent a lot of money, have done a lot of deals, brought in a lot of players, so somebody's going to go home unhappy. And it's not going to be the Mets. I'm going to take the Mets over the Padres. Um, as far as the playoff rounds going, like the matchups, I'm just gonna cut to the chase and get to the World Series picks. Um, I'm going with the Mets and the White Sox in the World Series, and I'm gonna take the New York Mets to be your 2021 MLB champions. Those two teams, like I said, loaded lineups. Um, the White Sox, as of now, have a little bit better of a bullpen. The Mets have a better pitching staff, starting pitching staff. Um, both teams, I believe, are going to make moves. Whatever they need to do, any weaknesses that they need to plug and cover up, I believe they'll do it. The White Sox, to me, other than the Yankees, are probably the most talented team in the American League as far as put together, with young players and veteran players. Um, I just think that the White Sox, like I said, have a little bit better pitching, and they're not afraid of the Yankees. So I'm gonna take the White Sox and the Mets as your 2021 MLB champions. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know. Leave your comments. Hit like and subscribe. I'll be back probably by either tomorrow or Friday with my MVP picks and Comeback Player of the Year awards and who I think will get those awards. So once again, I got the Mets winning the 2021 MLB Championship over the Chicago White Sox in 6 games. Alright, so let me know what you guys think. Over and out. Let's go Mets.